Alright, what's going on YouTube? RuneScape Novice here. It is March 17th, as of 2014, as of the recording of this video. This is going to be the second version of my deck profile for my Guardian Challenge. For those of you who didn't watch the first one, I did the Guardian Challenge just to see if I could make Guardians run efficiently, and I've always wanted to build a Guardian deck, but never had the cash or the ability to actually make one run properly. So, with some Orca cards and some banned cards, I've made it into a challenge deck for, well, purely the fun of playing against a challenge deck. I mean, who doesn't enjoy it? It's always a lot of fun. It has gone toe-to-toe with the Orichalcos challenge from YGO Overkill, and I'm loving the hell out of the deck, and he's been wanting me to do a update video on it. As a matter of fact, I just got a message from him on Skype right now, asking if I can make it tonight. So, buddy, if you're watching this video, hell yeah, I'll make it tonight. I'm making it right now. Let's go ahead and go through them. I took out the Son of God Dragon, put the God of Obelisk in. For those of you who don't know, this is Obelisk the Tormentor with his anime effect. Yeah, you can pause it and read that if you can get a good enough view of it. Basically what he is a backup win condition, sack 3, he's immune to all spells, traps, and monster effects, tribute 2, and I can either make his attack points infinity, or I can destroy a monster my opponent controls and inflict 4,000 points of damage, but he can't declare an attack the turn that I activate this effect. And all the other stuff, if he's summoned from the graveyard, special summon from the graveyard, I put him back in the grave at the end of the turn. And I can use his effects during either player's turn. So it's really busted, a lot of fun to play with. I've been loving it, so yeah. Still running Gores for the obvious reason of Gores token. Okay, take a lot of damage, get a Gores token, and then, yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple stuff to me. Who doesn't appreciate a good Gores and a good Gores token? I still believe that it is a staple card. I know some people aren't running it these days. Claw of Hermos. I want this for the search engine. Drop 1, search my deck for a spell card, and add it to my hand, which is extremely useful for helping me search out some of my equips. 3, Guardian Neatos. Pretty standard again for a Guardian deck. If I have no monsters in my grave, I can special summon her from my hand. She's a 2500 beat stick, so she's pretty easy to get out, especially if I draw one first turn. And I can ditch an equip card that's equipped to her and banish up to 3 monsters from my opponent's graveyard from play, and then she gains 500 for each card removed until the end of the turn. So it's always fun. When she's destroyed by any means and sent to the graveyard, I get Guardian Dread Scythe. Guardian Dread Scythe enters the field in face-up defense position and automatically equips with his Reaper Scythe. Whenever he comes into play, I can no longer summon or set monsters through any condition whatsoever, and if he would be destroyed, I must discard 1 card instead. You'll see why this is broken when I get to his equip spell. For the standard Guardians, of course, I run Trice. For those of you who don't know, he's a level 5, 1900. Can only be obviously, the Guardians can only be played while their weapons are on the field. Whenever this card is destroyed, I get the creature attributed for it back. Growl. This one allows me to special summon it from my hand if it's the only card in my hand. Bow. Whenever he destroys an opponent's monster, it negates its effect and he gains 1,000 points of damage. I'm sorry, 1,000 attack points. If he successfully destroys it, so he keeps growing and he's a nice effect negator. Seal. I can ditch an equip card that's equipped to him to destroy 1 monster from opponent's out of the field. So that's always nice. Kaiest can't be targeted by spells, by spell cards or by attacks, but I can still be attacked directly. And Elma. It lets me recycle my spells in my graveyard and re-equip them to appropriate targets. Alright, here's 2 of my custom cards that I designed. Guardian Haitian. For those of you who played the Forbidden Memories game, you'll remember this guy. Real douchebag. I wanted a tuner engine, which he is. He's a level 2 tuner. If he would be destroyed by battle, I can pay 500 life points instead. Once per turn, I can discard 1 card from my hand to search my deck for a card with Guardian in its name and add it to my hand. I cannot conduct my battle phase the turn I use this effect. What I usually do with this is I'll search out a Neatos if I get this first turn, and when I search a Neatos out, I'll special summon it and I'll sync up to something you'll see in my extra deck later. So that's a lot of fun. I had to do that. I love that that throwback. 2 backup Gardener. Yeah, running 2 now. Basically, he's a 2200 blocker who I can use to re-equip any equip spell to another appropriate target, and if he would be selected for an attack target, I can drop 1 and negate it. So, that's always fun. 2 Arsenal Summoner. Yeah, I thought about taking these out and putting some other stuff in here, but I like the extra search. Okay, there's 1600 flip cards. Whenever they're flipped, I search a card with Guardian in its name and add it to my hand. Mahavilo, just because he quickly becomes a beat stick in this deck. He gains 500 attack points for each equipped card equipped to him, in addition to that equipped card's effect. So, that's always fun. Marshmallow. Marshmallow is a fun card just because you'll see I do have some Seals of Orichalcos in here. I throw it in the front row. My opponents cannot get over it no matter what. It's just a lot of fun. Throw it up there. They can't do anything about it. It's trolly. I enjoy it. And it's a good stall card. And then last but not least, Sinister Serpent for discard fodder, since this deck does have a lot of discards. Alright, so that's my monsters. There's 22 now. There's 19 spells and 3 traps. I'll get to the spells now. 1 Reaper Scythe Dread Scythe automatically equips to Guardian Dread Scythe whenever he's played on the field. The equipped monster, he can only be equipped to Guardian Dread Scythe, by the way. The equipped monster gains 500 attack points for each monster in my graveyard. During my main phase, I can destroy all monsters I control except for the equipped monster. So, I keep discarding cards with this, with Dread Scythe, and I keep boosting his attack points. Celestial Sordiatos. The monster equipped with it gains 300 for each face-up monster I control. During my battle phase, the equipped monster can attack all of my opponent's monsters each once, but cannot attack directly. Each time the equipped monster destroys the opponent's monster by battle, I gain 500 life points. So yeah, that's nice and super busted. Twin Swords of Flashing Light, ditch one from my hand, decrease the attack of the equipped monster by 500, but it can swing twice. Gravity Axe, boost the attack of the equipped by 500. My opponent can no longer change their battle positions. Wicked Breaking Flamberg, drop 1, equipped monster gains 500 and negates the effects of any monster it destroys. Rite of Silence Kayast, boost the defense of the equipped by 500. The equipped card can no longer be targeted by other spell cards. Shooting Starbow Seal, nerf the attack of the equipped by 1000, but it can hit directly. And Butterfly Dagger Elma, boost the attack of the equipped by 300. And if this card's sent to the graveyard while equipped, I get it back to my hand for free. Alright, here's where some of the fun comes into play. 2 Seal of Orichalcos. This one's made by Osiris Fox, the best Orica maker around as far as I'm concerned. This one's kind of cool, it's the anime style. Seal of Orichalcos is great for a quick drop negate or for a field spell control. If I'm playing against heroes or Keevers or anything like that, I'm going to throw this out there as soon as I can. That way they can't get their Necro Valley, they can't use their Skyscraper, and I can drop it from my hand and negate anything as a spell speed 4. Boost all my monsters by 500. I can control the back row. They can't be hit while my cards are in the front row. So that's always fun. And one thing that people always forget is all the cards on the field on your side of the field become treated as dark. No one remembers that effect for some reason. Back row hate, I run 1 MST, 1 Harper's Feather Duster, 1 Heavy Storm, and 1 Giant Tyrannid. I took it down a little bit since before I had 6 back row hate cards in here. This is working just fine for me as it is, especially with those 2 seals. Front row I have Regeki and Darkhole. More than enough. Draw power I have Pot of Greed and Card of Sanctity. Anime effect Card of Sanctity. Okay, so each boy I draw so they hold 6. That's always fun. Reborn for obvious purposes. Solemn for obvious purposes. Torrential for obvious purposes, and then Crystal Seal. Crystal Seal is fun because I can target one face-up monster my opponent controls. That monster can attack, be tributed, change its battle position, or activate its effects, or be targeted for an attack target. If my opponent controls no other monsters, but the one that's designated by this, I can hit them directly. If that monster's attack points, however, increase by anything, this card is destroyed. This card cannot be destroyed by other card effects. So it has to be, the monster's attack have to be increased for this to go away. Alright, so that's my main deck. I don't have a side deck, but I do have an extra deck, which I will show you. I've just kind of formed it recently, so don't expect the world from it. Stardust. Again, pretty obvious purposes. Just because I have it, Psychic Life Transfer, in case I happen to find a way to use it. Goyo Guardian. Goyo is a lot of fun. You know, obviously it's a banned card, but the fact that it has Guardian in its name, and the fact that it's a challenge deck, and the fact that its effect is so super busted, I had to run it. I can actually use this with Heishin and any of the level 4s, and just bam, have a badass in play. I got this for free, by the way, this Ulti First Ed Mint Goyo. Fun. And then I have 2 Orcas in here. Exodia, Guardian of Egypt. I use the Dark Synchro style for him. He's still just a Synchro. But I love the way the Dark Synchro looks. Its effect, It's one tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. This card's type is also treated as Spellcaster. Each time this card attacks, I may destroy up to 3 cards my opponent controls. This card, my opponent takes no battle damage from this card. If this card is targeted by Spellbinding Circle or Shadow Spell, it is automatically destroyed. Okay, I had to use that obvious Bandai sticker artwork, very well-known counterfeit Exodia artwork, just because it's a lot of fun. Infinite attack, infinite defense. He's a troll card. And then this one I put a little bit more work into. Mystical Guardian Bow. It's a fusion. This card is special summoned from your extra deck when you successfully summon a monster from your extra deck using a Spellcaster type monster and one or more monsters with the Guardian in its name or names. It cannot be summoned in other ways. This card gains 300 attack points for each monster with Guardian in its name in play. Once per turn, you can select one monster with Guardian in its name on your side of the field. This card gains the effect of the selected monster until the end of the turn. It's a 1500-1000. So, another little fun card. I can use that, bring out Guardian Exodia. Then I'll have 2 cards with Guardian in its name. It gains 600 as a 2100, and I can copy Exodia's Obliterate effect and completely wipe my opponent's monsters out, wipe out their spells and traps. It is just a lot of fun to combo with this, because I get 2 beat stick monsters out just by using Hyshin and Eatos in one turn. And it's still not as busted as many of the Orichalcos cards. So that is my current extra deck. I'm still wanting to expand upon it, obviously. Want to get a Black Rose and a few other things. Power Tool Dragon, obviously. Would work great for this kind of Guardian deck. But, yeah, so that's my updated deck. I'm having a lot of fun with it. If you guys want to play against this deck, I'll put my Skype information down below, and you can feel more than free to go ahead and challenge the Guardians. It's been a lot of fun to build, it's a lot of fun to play with, and I'm just loving the hell out of it. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, RuneScape Novice, signing out, and Mewtwo Overkill. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to play your Orichalcos again. So when you see this, hit me up. Catch y'all later.